Now, I'm sure that many of you over the last few months have emerged back onto the golf courses with swings that really do not feel like your own. I know this feeling well. If you've not checked out my last comp video, please do, or maybe don't. And while most of us yearn and continue that search for a perfect golf swing, there's two players on tour that are really bucking the trend. Hello everybody, Finch here, and you join me down at the beautiful Stockport Golf Club this morning. Look how green and fresh and vibrant everything is. I got here early this morning and I think I'm in like that maybe delirious stage. I'm feeling happy though, feeling good, feeling positive. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a close look at the two longest hitters on the PGA Tour. We're talking about Bryson DeChambeau and Matt Wolff. But before we do that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video. It will give you a really high chance of winning on the lottery this week, if you play it. If not, it might give you a great chance at winning at life, maybe. So, Mr. DeChambeau and Mr. Wolff, what are you doing with your swings? And what can you guys learn from their actions? Now, I did a video a few weeks ago on Bryson's putter, which I've got in the bag, the Arm Lock 6, and just as a side note, the latest tournament that he won, he was topped in strokes gained putting, something which is overlooked. Go check out that video. But for many of the right reasons, it's his driving and his power game which has really captured the attention of everybody. Just because of how publicly he stated his intentions and how he's come out of lockdown. But Matt Wolff, I'm pretty sure in saying, is the second longest player on tour. So I'm going to play 2 holes here at Stockport Golf Club, just trying to replicate and imitate their swings. And then I'm going to have a 3-hole match, Matt versus Bryson, who's going to come out on top. But before any of that, let's jump back to the office and look through their techniques to see if there's anything that you can glean and actually use. Now, as mentioned, these are 2 of the longest drivers on the PGA Tour. Certainly with Bryson is the longest now. But I'm not going to show you how you should swing like either of these golfers, because I think generally that's probably a bad idea. Golf swings need to be learned, but they also need to be your technique. You can borrow certain aspects from other players' swings if you think they're going to really benefit your own, but you shouldn't try and copy a technique movement for movement. It's not going to work like that. That sounded a bit teachery. Sorry. So we'll start with Matt, who has a very unique action. But what we're going to do is not look at his swing and think how odd it is. We're going to focus on a movement which you can make to hopefully improve your power. So firstly, when people look at Matt Wolff's swing, certainly his backswing, they say he's got quite a short backswing, but that's not the case. He's got a short arm swing. So as Matt gets up to the top of his swing here, just notice what he does with his left foot. So his left heel comes off the ground. He's got this huge backswing rotation in his upper body, and he's able to do that because of the freedom that he has within his hips. Now, when Tiger came to prominence a few years ago, it became very fashionable to really restrict hip turn on the way back. But now we've learned a little bit more. If you allow that right hip to rotate a little bit, you can then turn your body more. And there's so many golfers that could benefit from just allowing that left heel to rise and allowing those hips to rotate that little bit more. Now, what Matt does in his downswing, how he plants that left foot, how he uses the ground beautifully and has this incredible turn, these are all movements that we might not be able to make. But that backswing lift of the heel and that rotation, that is something we can all do to get a little bit more turn. Now Bryson, oh my Bryson. So he came out of lockdown looking and swinging like a train. He followed what I call the Peter Finch diet, 60 pizzas a week and loads of protein and food, and he just backed it up with some exercise. Apparently that's important. But he's got a very unique approach, and a lot of this actually requires different equipment than what me and you were used to. I mean, I've actually held his clubs and they are just crazy. The thickness of the grips, the uprightness of the golf club as well, the lie angle, everything is just a bit strange. So again, that needs to be taken into account if you're thinking of copying any factors on his swing. But what we're going to look at is his transition into the downswing and how he uses the ground so amazingly. So he starts on the way down, pushes his energy into the turf, draws it back up, and then rotates at the same time. So he uses ground forces very well. And that's basically just pushing down into the ground on the downswing, pulling the energy back up,
as you turn. Because what you don't want to be doing is just like dipping up and down like this. This would be pointless. You will get extra power from this, but you also need this and then turn, this and then turn. Have I got that across? So you can practice this pretty simply. On the downswing, just make sure you feel like your pressure's moving down. Then you've got that body rotation. So it's a great move if you are trying to add more power. But as always, please work with a coach. Okay, back to the action.
Okay, couple hours warm up. On the tee, let's go Bryson DeChambeau first day. Oh, straight legs, straight arms. Turn into that right hip. Big wide takeaway. Spin out rip. Well, it's not a promising start. Came out of that. That was a terrible swing. Right, Matt Wolff. He's a fader, not a drawer. Oh, what's that? Little fade around the corner. Matt Wolff, eat your heart out. So Bryson drive terrible. Matt Wolff drive actually pretty good, but I brought it back up here. Just looking down on this pin, 124. Go Bryson first again. So straight legs, don't jump up and out of it. Stay down in the shot. Feel quite comfortable trying to replicate your swing on this type of distance. Obviously feels just very awkward. Not spin on that. I'm using Honda golf clubs today. There's a video which is live, check that out please. All right, Matt Wolff, come on. Bit of Scoobies, come on. There. Oh, what a slap. Go on. That's actually worked out pretty well. Oh, I slapped it. Now, as we spoke about looking at their golf swings, you know, it's going to be impossible for me to replicate them exactly or even probably come close. You know, the exaggerations that I think I'm making on the golf course here might be actually nothing like what their swings are like. I think I'll check back some of the footage in a second. Bryson's interesting, obviously, in many ways, but one of the key components of his technique are his golf clubs. You know, they are so upright. The grips that he uses are mega thick, and that allows him to get him running right through the palm of his left hand. So what you class as a very weak position within the left hand. But because of the other stuff that he has going on in his swing, that really works. Now, I'm not going to be able to replicate that with these grips or these clubs. That's why I won't, you know, play amazing golf today. That's obviously why. Wow, this putt is well sick, man. Oh, give over. You know what? I really wish I'd had shot trace from both of them. Well, maybe unsurprisingly, Bryson has just outdone Matt by about 5 yards. All right, green and red. Okay, here we go, 3-hole match. First hole here, 176, a little bit downwind. Now, obviously, you know, I'm Bryson and Matt Wolff, so I'm going to hit a wedge slash 7-9. Now, who shall we go first? Let's go Bryson first, eh? Just right at the pin, middle of the green. Let it draw back. Sharp intake of breath just before I hit. Go. Oh, bunkered it. Literally bunkered it. Oh, it was all going so well. Oh well, at least I don't need to have a new tee. Bryson, you're not anything in years. Well, Matthew, chance. A little bit more of a fadey swing here. Oh, it's better strike. Left though. Another bunker. Oh dear. Well, what a start. You know, something I didn't take into account, the fact I'm doing these challenges right in front of the clubhouse when the members are starting to come around. So I got out early in the morning and could just see a couple of guys on the hole previous looking at me like, what is he doing? You know what, for the first time I don't think I have a proper answer for him. So with the test I'm doing, I don't actually have a sandwich and I'm not sure if the bunkers are still GR, so I'm just going to drop out and hit a chip. Oh, Bryson, what are you doing? Long chip and run up the green, eh? Oh, I tell you what, it's had a lot of backspin, that. A lot of backspin. So again, just taking a drop out of the bunker. I'm going to use this wedge again, just a little kind of bump and run up and along this bank and down onto the green. Hit it. That salvaged a bit of pride. Oh, not hit it. Oh, bloody hit it. One up Bryson. Well, I wouldn't have thought that on the tee. That's what I wanted, everyone to be outside the clubhouse. I think a few of them are going to the first tee. I don't need to be nervous, come on. Short-ish par 4 here. Right, okay. Might just about be in range here. Oh, do me Bryson swing. Just need about 3 degrees off this drive and it'd be perfect. Nope. Left. I think that's some deep stuff over there. When I'm like that, it's kind of like jumping out of it. Might be going all square down the last. All that old Matty needs to do here really. Just hit the fairway. Come on, Wolfie boy. That'll fade. Just curving a bit right. It's okay there. That's up near the green. Oh. Matt has certainly taken the win on this one. As well, I'll try a chip and a putt for a birdie. Oh. All square on the last. One thing I noticed actually with Bryson during the last tournament, he won the Rockin' Mortgage Classic Detroit. He was doing lots of rehearsals where he was getting really shallow and hitting up and out. And that's obviously the secret. So that's what we're going to do. 355 yards this last hole. Now, these boys would be flying it on, literally. I don't quite have that firepower yet, but Matt Wolff on the tee. I've just had a quick look at my swing on the video and it's nothing like Matt Wolff. It just looks a little bit outside. More like that, come on. Then that reroute. Oh, that's the first one of Wolff's drives that I've really hit out of the middle. Yeah, it's a solid 280 carry. Oh dear, just shows the difference. Like, them boys is unbelievable. All right, however, Bryson, there, out. Deep breaths, channel the protein shakes. Really had 6 this morning, so not gonna be able to keep up with Bryson. Stay down in it, come on. Ah, big toey one again. So actually I came inside, so it's just behind Wolff's because it came out of the club face approximately there. Actually take it back about Matt Wolff's drive, that's probably 50 yards short, so 300 through the air, it's not run on anything. That's not too bad. This was a horrible toey one there. Come on, Bryson. Well, it took a remarkably good kick for how bad of a shot it was. See where that's ended up, because it took a beautiful kick left. Not too bad actually, it's about 12 foot away. Come on then, Wolfie. Oh, played the same shot, same kick. So that's Bryson closer, actually ran through with Mr. Wolff. Greens are so good here. Ah, drifted. Well, Bryson has a chance here for the win. Kind of fancy it. Turn in. Oh, it's not turned in. Like this putter a little bit more and more I use it. Oh, right. Oh.
Right guys, huge thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how well I replicated those swings there at all, but I enjoyed myself anyway. It just shows how ingrained these techniques are and how you need to work on your own technique and not just copy someone else's. Right, huge thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video. Big thank you to Stockport for having me down again as well. I will see you down here next time.